So here we got one of the top cut mats. We got Thomas over here playing Swordsoul, and we got Matthew here playing Despia. Just shuffling up the decks here. I believe this is top 4. Yeah, this was a top 4 match. They ended up playing in Swiss as well, so they both know what they're playing. And Matt knows that he's playing Droll in his deck. So he starts off with draw phase opening. Here, pitching Tragedy, which is really good. Thomas already knows what all these cards do. He knows that Matt's playing Crossouts as well because he saw that in an earlier game. And then Tragedy is going to activate as well as the Aluber. All in the draw phase, so, Droll is not doing anything. Branded Fusion and Ad Libitum. He normal summons the Kit in the main phase now, getting him an additional search for Branded Loss, which is kind of crazy. Getting 2 search for branded cards. We don't see what he puts on the bottom of his deck, but it's fine. And then he activates Branded Loss and Branded Fusion, which is just an insane combo. I believe he's dumping the Albaz, and is it going to be a Kit? Because for the light, no, it's going to be Drama Church here for the dark. So he's going to have to discard another card here. He's sending Drama Church, yep. So here's going to have to be able to afford another discard, which he does with Effect Veiler here. Quite interesting, knowing that, your opponent is on the cards, but he ends up getting the search for Mercurier, so he probably feels he's just trading a negate for negate and getting also Dramaturge in the loop there. And so here he activates Mirror Jade, sending Albion to banish the Kit and to allow himself getting Branded Red in the end phase. And here I believe he's going to the end phase to set the Branded Red, yeah. Which also leaves the Luber on the field, so even if he does pop the Mirror Jade, or gets rid of it, he's still able to go for Chimera without having to pop 2, which is pretty big. It does leave him opening to Super Poly, but here we go. Thomas goes Ashuna in the main phase to then special summon 2 onto the Tenyi. And then I believe here he's going to get Dramaturge. So he's going to activate Brandon Red to Fusion Summon. On the Atara here. So he wants to pop to not get him with the effect on the field. So he's here just searching with Branded Lost, going for the Albion, and then that gets popped without leaving the monster on the field, and then he just to draw 2, as well as Mirror Jade is now live, as well as a negate. So here Thomas is facing down a so Vashuda here is able to special summon himself, which has an extender, so I think Thomas here is just trying to bluff all the cards out and see what he has, but he's still playing against negate. Now he burned through the banish, but he still has a pop. Here Mercurial will negate the Moe, then he'll go battle phase, Moe attack, and then something is searching Branded and Red. Branded Fusion, not quite sure what. During the end phase, yeah, it's searching Branded Fusion with what he banished off Mirror Jade. Does not look like Thomas is in the winning position here. Matt definitely has a lot of advantage. But if he survives, then he definitely has another turn to play, which he is running out of negates, I guess you could say. Here he is banishing. Banishing with Albion, and Thomas just scoops it up, realizing that this is going to be game here. So, moving on to game 2 now. They're just siding out. I believe Thomas is going to go first, so he's going to be siding in his anti-spells, his Drolls, and he takes out, obviously, the Fire Tenyi, as you'll see in the deck profile. He was playing, testing it out, trying to be cool. He hated the card. I think that Matt's going to probably be siding in some Twin Twisters and other stuff here. We see him playing the Token Collector and Nib, so he's probably siding those in his deck profile that we'll see. We see Thomas looking at the back duel field center that whoever loses this match will get. So this is top 4. And here we're just going over. Matt's just taking some time to side. He is under the 3 minutes mark, so we are good. And then, yeah. So we do see him siding in the Nibiru's, and he's taking out... He's still keeping in call by, which is very interesting, knowing that he's going second. But, oh, he looked like he just took that out there. He's keeping Cosmics in, and Token Collector, and I believe that is the Nibiru's as well. I think he sided out crossouts, but I'm not quite sure here. I'm just shuffling up the deck, and now we're going to see Thomas, who is going to go first. Here he's going to normal summon, starting off great with obviously his favorite monster, Mo Yi. And then he has Forbidden Droplets as well to negate the Token Collector, so it still stays on field. And then he can make Chizao 1, Mo Yi 2. Pretty standard play here. We'll see if he adds the Long Yang, so he is going for a Baron play. Or he could be going for the Sinister Long Yang. He ends up drawing Blackout, I believe, which is kind of crazy. Or he already had it, but Long Yang, pitch Long Yang. He must have drawn another Long Yang there. Then activates Vishuda to bounce the Token Collector back in hand, so it's not going to be a problem for Chimera. And he does make Sinister Long Yang instead. Burns for 12. And then he just passes with a set. So here we see Matt open up 5 for Patrick, which is really crazy. It's a +1 that also nets you another +1, so recursion. Patchwork Ranger might need to get hit due to the fact that it's just so good, but what are you going to really hit in it? You can't hit Poly. You're really going to hit a Gem Chain, or you're going to hit the Patchwork, which is a cracked card. He normal summons the Poly, and then here Shizao is going to negate and banish, and then Brand of Fusion, he'll hit Ashed. And here Matt's thinking. We see Token Collector in his hand, a Polymerization, Chain, and Blackout is going to be caused to tribute the Long Yang. It'll get protected, and he'll pop the Despia and the Poly just so that he can't make Chimera out the board. I believe Matt does not have another Despia in hand. I could be wrong. I can't really see. He has an Albaz and a Dark and an Earth, so he can still play, making Lubellion, and then Lubellion effect will be able to activate as Chain Link 2, discarding the Token Collector, which is completely free. And Chain will activate, also grabbing him Patchwork. Here you can fuse to get Mirror Jade, which is not the best play, but it's definitely more than not doing anything. So here, Mirror Jade is made, which does out the Chizao, which is pretty hard to out otherwise. And he can attack into the, which leaves Thomas with 0 cards in hand, I believe. But here, Thomas draws, and end phase is Branded in red set. Thomas is not really in a good position here, but, he ends up just passing, and then Matt acts for Patchwork, which is just crazy. And I think here Matt's going to seal the deal here with being able to just have so much advantage over the Token Collector and Mirror Jade always being live, and just having so much advantage here. He can just normal summon the Despia, activates the effect, gets Brain Infusion, just insane, Tragedy, and Albaz, which will make another Lubellion effect, which we'll have to discard, but he does have another Patchwork in hand, so he can discard that one. He ends up discarding Snow, which is quite free. Will also serve as a problem to Thomas because he can just flip down his monster, so he can't make, let's say he normal summons Mo Yi, activates effect, chain snow, flip down Moe, and they can't really do anything. Lubellion cannot attack, but that's not really much of a big problem because he just has so much advantage here. Poly will activate, which will get rid of Mirror Jade and Ad Libitum, I believe. Yeah, so here's just calculating the math, sending Ad Libitum and that to make the Masquerade. Ad Libitum will supposed to summon back Mirror Jade, and then I believe this is pretty close to game. And Thomas just decided to scoop it up because there's not much he can do. So we do see he sided in the anti-spells and the drolls. It was a quick 2-0 for Matt, but he ended up winning the tournament, so GG's.